yesterday, CC, you said, or you asked almost rhetorically, is Cam Newton more important than the right guard? And for the organization, the answer actually has to be yes. For the organization, they have to look at Cam and any potential to further an injury as, wait, the juice is not worth the squeeze here. And so for Cam did the right thing. He, by all accounts, fought to play. That he said, I want to play. I want to be out there. But the organization, I believe, did the right thing in saying, we are not making the playoffs. And by the way, even if it's as bad as it looked on this past Monday night, even if they were alive for the playoffs, the argument might be, you need to shut him down. We have seen quarterbacks. I think one of the reasons Andrew Luck missed a full year is because he was trying to play through something instead of dealing with it and addressing it when he needed to. The Rodgers thing to me is a totally separate discussion. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers, who I think is as good as any quarterback I've ever seen, he's being a little unfair when he says I wouldn't shut it down with nothing to play for. Like last year, he came back from a collarbone injury. They lost that game. They got eliminated from the playoffs, and then the team shut him down because they didn't want him to do further damage. A similar situation to Cam. So I understand why Rodgers isn't getting shut down. He has a groin pull, like you were saying. Cam is a thrower of the football, and he could do more damage to his arm throwing the football. So while I know he wants to play, the organization, it's their job to say, it's not your choice, Cam Newton.
It is the organization's job in the long term to look out for their products, the people they're putting money in. But the organization has also told Cam Newton, you're the face of this franchise, you're the leader of this franchise. And this is something only being in the locker room you're going to understand. If you take me off the field, you take away my ability to lead. Because there's two ways that guys lead. They either talk or what they do. And I used to tell guys, because guys get tired of guys who are chirping all the time. Guys who are just running their mouth all the time. It's hard to follow guys like that. So what I used to tell guys is, regardless of what I say, I want you to watch me and watch how I come to work. Watch how we lose games. Watch how I do the interviews. Watch how I train the next day. Watch how I watch film. Watch how long I stay. Watch how many jugs I catch. Watch how many hills I run. Watch how many sprints that I run. Watch how many times that I'm not late to work. You lose your ability when you're off the field to lead guys in the locker room. I understand what the organization is doing, but Cam's got a job to do. And if Cam had told them, no, I'm more important, no, I don't need to be in there, would you send a message the wrong way and you lose the ability to lead guys long term? So I understand what the organization has done. I understand that. But that star player, that franchise player, he's got a job to do, and that's to always to lead. And when guys can't hear you, guys can see you. And you never want to be able to lose that ability because guys see through it. With coaches, organization, the players in the locker room, they see through that phoniness. And I believe in Green Bay, there's a lot of phoniness there. The players see through it. The coach has gotten fired. That's the only reason why Aaron Rodgers is out there, because last year he was in the same situation, and he was like, no, these games aren't important, and I am more important than those other players. But the other players, their careers are just as important. They should be to you.
Sure.
They're that important to me. That's the reason why I play in the preseason. I asked the offensive coordinator, what do you need from me this week? He said, Chris, we don't need that much. How long's the offensive line playing? How long's Randall McDaniel playing? And I always use him as an example because he's one of the greatest players I ever played with. And I used to say, I'm not going to be in there as long as the quarterback. I'm going to be in there as long as Johnny Randall is in there, as long as Randall McDaniel's in there, because I'm trying to be with those guys, and I don't want them to feel like that I'm bigger than them, I'm better than them. And that's what you get into in these situations in NFL locker rooms.
Right.